gotta pay $500 for it.
Right.
Nigga,
I got training and 3 forks of grips. The hand motorized hand grips.
Oh yeah,
electrical joint. Standing up in the joint and they reach out.
Pull up in motorcades. I got a show today. It's all I'm trying to do. Hustle and motivate.
Like a motorcycle type shit or whatever.
Welcome.
You know what I'm saying?
Welcome to the big
we on the
podcast.
bid right now?
Yep.
Oh, shit.
We talking.
Oh, shit.
Yep, y'all talking. Welcome
good?
to the
What's
big
good?
podcast, episode 2. Keep it slow.
real just in case.
I'm just Squizzy.
He just Squizzy. I'm gonna introduce Squizzy though. This is a good friend of ours. He don't like to be called OG. I'm not gonna call you. You know I just did. But this is a good friend of the circle. This is family basically. So we brought him up because we just gonna have a good conversation. We're gonna talk about a lot of things.
I wanted to get into something personally.
Go ahead.
Oh, shit.
No, who more versatile between Big and Hov? To me, I think Big is the best rapper of all time. I think Hov is the greatest rapper of all time.
I'm going to say Hov took the throne because he had more longevity as far as Big. But I think he could accomplish what, you know what I'm saying? Big could accomplish what Jay did. They would have been all on the same level almost, you know what I'm saying?
And that's the same reason I think Big Jay-Z is the greatest of all time. But I just think Big just told better stories.
Yeah, he told better stories.
Listen, I was just in a bar last night, and they was bumping that I got a story to tell.
And there's nothing better than that.
Crazy.
Not even I got a story to tell, but the joint where he be talking about what's the first song? Not Ready to Die, Life After Death. When he said I peeped through the peephole when his man's got shot.
Talking about
Jay-Z can't do. I'm a Jay-Z.
When he talking about pulling up on the ballpark next to the water plug and shit got torn and all that shit.
My nigga.
Yeah, I forgot the name of that
can't
song,
tell stories like that. Jay-Z don't have no good stories to me.
Song Cry.
He talking about
Song Cry ain't really a story.
He talking about the boy Jason. We put 2 on him and all that shit.
Yeah, and he hit him up.
Yeah,
when he
had his daughter. And
Jay-Z, though, Song Cry is like a love song, but it's not a story to me. Because it don't take you through a day. Big took you through a day.
I mean, at the end of the day, everybody got their own opinions too. You know what I'm saying? So you can't knock that because, what you feel, I might not feel. What I feel, you might not feel. It might not touch you. So all that, who the greatest, you know what I'm saying?
Jay-Z the greatest.
Just versatility. Versatility.
Big to do any song.
Who was better versatility?
I'm
versatile.
I'm going to go with Tupac.
Tupac? I mean, I can't knock that.
He was everywhere.
I'm saying.
I don't think Tupac was a better rapper than Big.
But he's my favorite rapper of all time. Tupac is to me personally, but I would never have that argument with
I'm gonna say because
I think it's just somebody's their preference.
I'm gonna say because Tupac, he was intellectual at the same time. Yeah. He'll reach you at the same time, and then he'll turn around and talk that thug gangster shit to you.
Tupac's the second best.
And you out there in the streets all wild, like I was drinking that thug passion like crazy, babe.
Hennessy and Hypnotic.
That shit get up in me. It was on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he was that bull.
This is why Tupac.
But you felt Tupac better than Big?
No, it was a tie to me then.
It was a tie.
I respect different.
I could relate to Tupac more. Big more was an artist that talked about like hustling and things of that nature. I didn't hustle, but when you talk about songs like the song about his mom or just Brenda Got a Baby.
Yeah, mom, right.
Yeah,
because
those songs I can relate to more.
He trying to reach the people at the same time.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
I can relate to those more for me personally.
That's why I say I fuck with Pop on an all-around level because he trying to reach you at the same time.
And I respect
still trying
that.
To keep, you know what
but
I'm saying?
Big just was lyrically a monster. Like, what's beef? He said, I'm a pee by
Big
these
lyrically was
MCs.
better. Yes, Big
but you know, later on in the years as I got older,
I would say Big was lyrically better.
It gets crazy because me and some boy was talking about this the other day. I was singing Big joint. He talking about fuck your kids, throw them over the bridge. I'm like, oh.
Kidnap your kids, throw them over the bridge.
I'm like,
yeah.
fuck
that was just at that time.
Right.
But pause.
Oh yeah,
pause.
There's a
pause.
There's a bigger pause with Big.
Cannabis got pause.
There was a bigger pause.
Cannabis in second round knockout said, "You ain't got the bar to eat a nigga ass." Like, it was pauses back then.
It was a lot of pauses.
But listen, but then I be looking at this shit. I be saying this shit like, damn, fuck him in the ass, throw him over the. I'm like, wow, like,
but
he was a vicious bull. Like,
95, that gotta be hard. That's a hard ass.
It was hard. It was hard. But you know how shit play as you go on. You know what I'm saying? Shit get different years on.
Back then it was more. I think they looked at it more like the technique and the effect.
And the shock value.
And the shock value. That's what it is. People now was more, anything you say is going to be a pause or...
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. Listen.
But like I said, I think Big the best rapper all time, Jay the greatest all time. Mm. I don't think Tupac better than Biggie, but I think Tupac the second best rapper all time. Because he got them emotional songs that hit your heart.
Like I said, it's your preference of what's touching you at the end of the day.
Because I can't argue with nobody that think Tupac number one.
Fiasco could be somebody's greatest rapper.
That is outrageous. That is outrageous.
I like Lupe's first two.
But to think he's the greatest rapper all time is outrageous.
But what I'm saying is they might not listen to Big and they might not listen to Pac or Jay-Z like that. They might be in the Lupe Fiasco type music, and they might feel like
Lupe's first two.
But it ain't
two albums.
But the fan base, it might be two people, but the fucking culture not gonna think Lupe the best rapper all time.
No, because the culture is during that time it'd be about hustling.
Not the best rapper all time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's definitely not. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is your preference. Is your preference, and that's how certain people look at it. You dig what I'm saying? So, me, Lupe ain't nowhere near.
You know who you think the best of all time? Your personal preference.
I go with Big and Tupac.
Oh, so they both 1 and 1.
Yeah.
But
Jay-Z got it all over because like I say, he got the longevity, man.
Don't take it.
That's why I said the greatest is Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. Like Tom Brady don't throw the rock like Aaron Rodgers at all.
All right, well, if you want to give it to the greatest rapper, I gotta give it to Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I think Jay-Z the greatest because he got the stats.
I give it to Jay-Z.
But the best rapper I think is Biggie. Like, I think Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback all the time. I give fucking Brady the greatest.
It's just that.
Because the numbers he put up.
Big was short-lived, man. You know what I'm saying?
But he just did everything. He said, I'm appeased by these rap. He said, y'all was grimy in the early 90s. Far behind me. Like, Big was
But you know who, basically, Jay-Z was looking at Big like, that's who he looking at.
Jay-Z my favorite rapper all time. Jay-Z my favorite rapper all time.
But that's who Jay-Z was looking at. Don't get it fucked up.
Exactly.
He was looking at Big. You know what I'm saying? He was looking at Big.
I think Big was 10 for 10 with everything he did. It was
two of the best albums of all time.
It's hard to sit here and say, dang, what did Big do that was a corny?
He said he's bleeding or creeping.
It's like this.
When he was looking through the people,
I can't think of
he said he's bleeding or creeping.
I can't think of nothing Big did for me, honestly. I can't think of nothing.
Fried like a motherfucker.
Yeah, she's fried. Damn. I can't think of
but
nothing.
But you gotta respect Big.
Yeah.
Big is crazy.
I definitely respect Big.
Look, like when he be talking about fucking the boy from the Knicks, bitch. And,
story to tell.
Yeah. That's about my man from the Knicks. Jay-Z ain't got stories like that.
All right, we'll get back to that.
I'm just saying, Big the best I ever did.
Did you see the Oscars?
I didn't watch the Oscars.
You didn't watch the Oscars.
I know who won glimpses of the shit.
The best picture went to a lady smashing a fish. And her turning into a fish.
I didn't even watch
The Shape of Water.
She turned into a fish?
I read the plot. So at the end, she turned into a fish. Get out.
Hold on. I thought she just helped the damn fish escape. I didn't know she smashed him in.
I read the whole plot. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to see the shit.
Now I'm going to go home and rent the joint and watch it.
I want to see the movie. I've been wanting to see the movie.
I'm not trying to see it.
But I think it was a happy ever after.
I'm not
But
trying
that
to
just show you niggas not shit no more when they want to cuff fish.
But the chick cuffed the fish.
That's why I said niggas not shit no more.
Yo.
When chicks want to cuff fish.
Oh yeah, right.
But listen,
But she white.
my girl been wanting to see that joint. The shape of
Water.
The crazy thing is a lot of people. Okay, with the Oscars, there are people that it's some best pictures that we don't know about. But when this one won the Oscars, I looked. People didn't know what the fuck this was.
I knew about it.
They had to go back.
Listen,
I
didn't even know she
when I first
smashed
seen
the fish
preview,
until you just told me.
Smashed the fish.
You watched that joint?
No, I read the whole plot. I went in Wikipedia or something.
It's
She smashed the
about
whole fish.
honestly about her fall in love with a fish.
That
that's
she trying
in
to
the
help
government
escape.
They was doing experiments on him or some shit.
I don't know how
And
deep
she
it
worked
was.
she worked for the joint or some shit. Like I know that much.
Yeah.
And I know that she helped him escape.
But I don't know how deep they said.
And they fall. No, they fall in love. No,
Like
it's
he wasn't somewhere fingering
She
the bitch.
smashed him. She smashed the fucking fish, and then she changed it to a fish at the end. I
Right.
gave up the story. I don't give a fuck. That shit shouldn't have won over no fucking Get Out.
I never seen Get Out.
Yo, Get Out. That's my shit.
I
though.
never seen Get Out.
Nigga.
Motherfuckers, like I be telling motherfuckers about the joint now, right?
Mhm.
They don't even get what really happened in the joint. They don't even dig that somebody else was inside the boys' bodies and shit like that. They don't even dig that it was a different person in there.
But they don't dig how that really
You
affects
seen
us
Black
and how we
Panthers?
look at shit.
I seen what?
That's
Black
crazy.
Panther.
Oh, that was my shit.
Yeah,
I
you
saw
ain't
that
see
in
it
the
yet.
movies.
My
That
black
was
card
shit.
could get taken. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't see Get Out or
But
Black
you
Panther.
wanted to go see it. You should
I
have
mean,
went to
that
go
was
see
the
it by
shit,
now.
though. I mean,
You wanted to go see it. You should.
But
Wakanda.
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 you know what I'm saying?
I know that. Wakanda forever.
Wakanda
But
forever.
it was a good joint though. I ain't gonna hold you know what I'm saying? I mean, they hyped it up for all the, you know what I'm saying, black, you know what I'm saying, everything supposed to been black, you know what I'm saying, involved in the joint. But I mean, I give my props to my black people who coming through in the joint like that.
Yeah,
I mean?
we're definitely getting more roles. We're not gonna go back into the Monique situation, but I want to say
She's still tripping.
I'm about to say
still
Monique
tripping.
ain't got nothing to do with Wakanda.
I'm just saying, there's black people getting roles and just stuff
I
like
respect
that.
it.
Yeah, like I see progress. That's all I'm saying. Just with us just having more roles and with Netflix doing certain things. I'm not saying Netflix is the conglomerate or no shit like that at all. That's not what I'm saying. But there's an avenue. And us as black people need to take that avenue and then we capitalize off of it. You can't burn your bridges.
Right.
That's all I'm
Squizzy. She's been around for a minute.
I ain't been around. You're trying to make me sound like I'm old, man. That's crazy.
You've been around. You've been around since prehistoric
We was
times.
having this conversation about like somebody that's dropped their first 3 albums.
We get into that later. Fuck that. I want to get into something else.
What?
The three-peat. I want to talk about this Troy Ave shit.
Oh,
I thought that was gonna be
Yeah, no, we need to talk about this now.
Shit. Oh,
So,
shit.
Squizzy, this is our homie, but we feel like he's the best person to talk about this, and I'm gonna break this down. So with Troy Ave, the rapper and everything like that, I'm gonna break down who he is. He first, when you listen to Troy Ave before everything and before the incident, he's a cocky motherfucker.
You seen the interview?
Did you see the interview?
Breakfast Club?
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen
You
it.
seen it? Okay. He's a cocky motherfucker. The top things he talk about is crack, being out in these streets, talks about he'll shoot a motherfucker, and bitches. You would think he was a big Willie.
He did shoot a motherfucker though, didn't he?
Yeah. I'm just saying, but this is what he talked about in rap, right? So, he was real cocky and arrogant. He got in beefs with people. So he get in the beef with Taxstone. We don't know how he got the beef started or whatever the case may have
That was
happened.
his man though at one time.
His man at one time. You get into a beef. I don't know. It was internet beef, whatever the case, but it was some street beef or whatever.
It's
So
that beef that turned into
that turned into street beef.
Mm-hmm.
So now you at a concert, you about to perform, whatever the case may be. Taxstone sees you there, and so allegedly Taxstone's the one that started shooting at him, and then a scuffle happened, and somehow Troy Ave got the gun. But all the camera has is Troy Ave shooting like once or twice or whatever case. But he gets booked and everything like that. Then it comes to find out the cops. They figure out exactly what happened there.
Mm-hmm.
Taxstone probably was the one shooting first or whatever the case may be. And Troy Ave man gets killed. supposedly
His bodyguard, right?
Yeah, the bodyguard. Allegedly, it was on Taxstone side. We're not here to debate that. We wasn't there. So now we got Troy Ave in a situation where he goes on Power 105,
Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club, and now he's talking about. So the first thing I want to touch is he had a song, and people thought that he was referencing or he was alluding to
dry snitching,
or I would possibly snitch.
I mean, a lot of people dry snitch.
Right. But he's saying I would possibly snitch.
To be honest with you,
right?
Yeah. But what he's saying is, I would possibly snitch. He says it's all about the fam. I don't know the verse, but he says something about it's all about the fam.
He out of pocket
fuck
for that.
The whatchamacallit. So then he goes on Power 105.
He said, "I take the stand because it's all about the fam."
Middle finger to the stand.
Yeah,
it's all about the fam. Some shit like that. Then he goes on Power 105, and then they ask him about it. And the first thing I want to touch on, he says the streets or whatever. This is a myth now. The people in the streets got a 500 credit score, but you know what I'm saying, that doesn't count now in the world. In the sense is what I got from it.
I mean,
so the first thing I want to ask Squizzy, and Squizzy, I want to ask you a few things. Squizzy, you've been down for how long were you down for?
I did almost 9 years in the feds. Man.
In the feds,
first time offender.
How long have you been out?
Going on, I'm gonna say 5 and some change now.
5 and some change.
Congratulations, my bro.
I'm with Squizzy. We watch football games, everything. Beautiful family, nice house, everything. Squizzy, you know what I'm saying, good dude. So this is why we got him on for this, because you can see both sides or just give your opinion on both sides of this. Is the streets a myth? What is when he's saying that, is there truth to that?
The streets
is kind of like a myth, or
it's not a. This is not
how the world works.
Listen, the streets to me personally is not a myth. It's a way of life for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And with anything that you do, you're gonna live by.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you in the streets, you're gonna live by the streets. If you a regular Joe Smo in society or whatever, that's how you gonna live. That's what you gonna live by. You're not gonna be no street person. You're not gonna go that route and take their ways. Just like, all right, the situation you talking about Troy Ave. I mean, me personally, the way I look at stuff, how I came up in the system or whatever, as far as the feds or whatever, if I don't see it on paper, it's nothing to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't give a nigga a rat category, snitch, or whatever else the case may be. So, but at the end of the day, if you live in a street life, to me, as I was coming up, anything goes. I mean, anything. I mean, when I say anything, there's no exclusion. Anything that can happen to you, your family, you know what I'm saying? But you're not really conscious of this when you out there because you're not expecting it to happen to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, if he was a street dude or faking to be a street dude, I don't know. But if he was a street dude, he got to abide by street codes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So you can't just hop in the hand and your hand get hot and then just fuck back out and now it's something you seen a
my thing is this. Stand what you do.
Right.
So this is
you know what I'm saying?
And this is so when he was on the Breakfast Club, this is what he said. This was his thought process. If a dude comes at me and then shoots and then kills my man, and he put in a reference with the Breakfast Club and used them. But what I got from it is, okay, I'm here, I'm doing a show. If a dude come at me and he shoot my man, and then whatever happens, I get the gun, whatever case like that. But I'm the one that's sitting. The cops got me on camera talking about you going to do this time. He don't consider that ratting. If he was to go ahead and tell,
so why
considers he's saying that if me and my man sit here and we go ahead and do a crime together, I'm not going to tell him my man.
So the best question is, do you consider self-defense ratting?
What you mean?
Because what he alluding is that he had to have it was self-defense for him, basically. If Taxstone came into where he was at, shot his man, he got the gun, and then they only got him on camera shooting, but they got him, so he goes in. So now they talking to him and giving him numbers.
First of all,
and now he feels
First of all, he only using the self-defense thing because he got caught on camera.
Right.
Because any street dude, he's not going to worry about no self-defense trying to present that in the courtroom or none of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's going to handle his business or get somebody else to handle his business if he's in jail and can't be out on the streets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but if you living a life of the street life, my thing is this. Like I said, I'm going to go back to it. Stand what you do.
Right.
No matter what the situation is.
No matter what the situation is.
No matter if you got caught slipping.
If I get caught, a nigga hit me, and I'm shooting back or whatever,
you know you gotta be
and he gone, and I get locked up, and they come at me, I'm sitting.
Exactly.
I'm not saying nothing about the man that shot me or whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna try to get at him the best way I can because I'm a street dude. Right. That's what street people supposed to do.
This, and the thing is like two people play this game, so you bring. I don't give a fuck if Tax Stone. This is how I feel. I don't give a fuck if Tax Stone went in there and started shooting at you. It's a beef you have with someone.
Yeah, he started talking that guy shit and all that shit, man.
But this is something that you do. And then for you to say the streets is a myth, you the one speaking about glorifying this shit. This is what's putting money on your table. But now you in some hot shit. And now the streets
try to
and
change
everything,
and all
this
that.
is a myth to you.
Because them
hot balls, putting the money in your pockets.
Them hot balls, when he got hit and that shit started flying, he know what could happen. He know what could happen.
This is what's putting the money in your pocket.
But to me, it wasn't about. I'm not thinking about the Troy Ave case at all. But I was just thinking more about the difference between self-defense and snitching.
Self-defense. Listen, if you in the streets, right?
Right.
All right, you're going to defend yourself, of course, somebody doing something to you, whatever. But if the cops grab you and your case of you trying to defend yourself, you're not going to tell the cops, oh, it was self-defense. He was shooting at me, you know, so I had to shoot back.
Right.
Exactly.
You're not going to do that.
Right.
So how do you prove self-defense?
You get your lawyer to do what he supposed to do. You don't try to prove no self-defense.
Or you going to do your time.
You're going to do your time. You're going to get your lawyer to do what he got to do. And if it comes down to you doing your time, you're going to do your time. You're not going to say, oh, well, Judge, it was self-defense. That's why I was shooting at him. He shot at me. That's telling.
No, because you're not speaking at all.
Yeah, but you're not going to present that to your lawyer. Just tell him to present that.
Right.
But that's telling at the end of the day.
How you make your lawyer speak for you and is not considered telling on self-defense. This is not about Troy Ave at all. I'm just talking in general.
I mean, most of the time when we hire a lawyer, they want you to give them the fact. They want you to give them the facts, you know what I'm saying, about whatever the case is, what happened, the truth, you know what I'm saying. So they can try to spin it whatever the way they can spin it so they can win the case.
Right.
But sometimes you don't tell. Me being growing up in the I'm not going to tell my lawyer everything anyway.
Right.
Because I feel like I'm snitching on something.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's either he going to try his best to figure out the way to get me out this shit. Because I'm not telling him to get me out this shit.
Right.
If I'm that street person.
Right.
If you're a regular person that living your life, you know what I'm saying, society, you work every day, you know what I'm saying, and somebody knock you over head and rob you, you know what I'm saying? All right. I don't say they snitching.
If we not talking
because they're not living by that street.
But we just talking about strictly street niggas trying to fight self-defense.
There is no self-defense in street.
That's what we want. Like, what is self-defense?
There is no self-defense.
And that's what I feel like.
We're not talking about regular niggas working at Walmart.
When I'm looking at that interview, then I listen to I forgot the rapper name in New York. Myosin, I forgot his name.
Myosin.
And I think, yeah. It's just like, what is the bottom of what Troy Ave is doing and what he's trying to create? And I think you hit it. There's no self-defense in the streets.
To me, it's not.
There's no you can't, that's not a rule that's played if you get caught.
But we also think about people like Gucci that be the self-defense case.
But see, that's a whole different story because at the same time, I mean, his lawyer did what they had to do. He ain't tell.
No, that's what I'm saying. What's the difference between telling and self-defense? We trying to find out.
But I don't think
it's not about Troy Ave. I don't think Troy Ave snitching.
I don't know all the facts in Gucci case or whatever. But somebody tried to rob him or whatever, kidnap him, whatever happened, whatever they came in. he had a gun, and
the guy that tried to rob him got killed, or whatever case. That's the story. Nobody else went there.
The story that we know of.
That we know of, right?
Exactly.
As far as we know, nobody didn't go down. Even if it was a setup, nobody else went down in this situation. The guy that actually robbed Gucci,
Jeezy know what happened, and he ain't tell.
But that we talking about from the person that's getting prosecuted perspective. Like
I mean,
Gucci. Because
Gucci's
Jeezy ain't getting
situation is easy.
He had a hell of a lawyer, first of all.
But Gucci's situation, I'm not saying
But what
it's
do
easy.
you tell your lawyer for the fight self-defense?
You tell him what you need to tell him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you tell him what you need to tell him.
But
Then
then
you tell him something like, man, these niggas were trying to kill me.
He might have had that conversation with his lawyer. No, real shit though.
Right.
If you my lawyer, he like, listen, Earl, what happened? That's what he gonna say. He not gonna say squirrel. He gonna say, Earl, what happened?
Mhm.
Oh no, these niggas ran down on me. I mean, you know, they tried to kill me.
Mm-hmm.
I had a burn on me, whatever case may be, and I shot back, and I guess I hit one of them.
Right.
He's not going to go tell that to the judge or to put that out there.
Right.
His way is to find out, to put it together, to make it seem like it was self-defense. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Whether you just get charged for a gun charge, you know what I'm saying, or whatever case may be, and you getting charged with a homicide.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because most of the time, I mean, street rappers got a felon. Most of the time anyway.
Right.
Most of them. So if you got a gun, you ain't supposed to have a gun. So now it's get me the gun charge besides get me the murder case.
Right.
So in that case, I think his lawyer had a hell of a mouthpiece and he went to work, you know what I'm saying, and did what he had to do. But I ain't had Gucci pointing nobody out, saying nobody saying none of that shit.
You
So it's okay, you think, to tell the lawyer the truth?
I don't think that's snitching when you telling the lawyer.
You just tell him this is the thing.
You just telling him, you giving him the facts of the situation, but he can put it the way though you can't put it.
Right.
You can't sit here and
most niggas was trying to kill you, and you be like, man, listen.
You can't tell it to the judge.
No, not the judge, the lawyer. And the lawyer say, my defender said he was defending himself from them people right there. Is that snitching?
No, I don't got that snitching right there. Like not necessarily.
Like if your lawyer pointing at the person saying, my defender said he was.
But that's him.
I don't think that happened in that case, though.
No, I'm not talking about that specific case. I'm talking about in general. If you plead in self-defense,
I mean, but
that's selling.
Yeah,
that's selling,
right?
That's why we trying to figure out what's selling.
If my lawyer sit in that motherfucking courtroom and say, my client says that Slim and Un was shooting at me, so he shot back. That's selling.
Right.
That's selling.
That's why
simple.
That's why I said, damn, self-defense is hard.
It's not hard. Because when you're in the streets, there is no self-defense.
That's what I'm trying to say.
It's simple.
But people beat cases with self-defense.
Yeah, because that's why they got these lawyers, like I said, to try to maneuver around it.
You know what I'm saying? They self-defense without you really without you snitching.
But we gotta find out how the self-defense case was sent.
Because I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know what's all the, you know what I'm saying? But but like I said, you would tell you supposedly be able to tell your lawyer anything.
Right.
Confidentiality.
Because he's supposed to hide and make what's best for you.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like I said, I might not sit and tell my lawyer like, yo, these niggas was shooting at me. Me personally, I'm not going to say that to my lawyer.
Right.
These niggas was shooting at me, so I shot at them. I'm going to tell my lawyer this. I don't know what the fuck them niggas was shooting. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who the fuck hit that nigga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know who hit him. I don't know. I ain't hit him. I ain't shooting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know if these lawyers is in cahoots with these judges.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. So why would I put my life on the line with this man that's working for money that really don't give a fuck about me at the end of the day either?
Because he got a more relationship with the judge than you.
So why would I tell him, yeah, they was shooting at me. So I shot back at him and I hit him. I'm not going to tell my lawyer that.
Right. But that's why I'm trying to see what would you tell your lawyer.
I'm going to tell my lawyer, look,
in a
shit went down or whatever. Once you say self-defense, you done told your lawyer some shit, basically.
That's what it was.
Pretty much.
Right.
Pretty much. So that, like I said, in the streets, there's no self-defense.
Right.
Because if you're supposed to be a street person and you present a case as self-defense, you done told something. You done told too much.
Right.
From the rip already.
And what he's alluding to,
he worried about his family and being out here.
That's what that
right.
is.
That's why I said it's not about Troy Ave, because we know Troy Ave snitching.
Yep.
So it's not about Troy Ave.
So
we
now,
really talking more about self-defense.
So all right, I got a question. I have a question, and we know because we already have the basis of you're not in the streets and you law-abiding citizen and all that, and you see something happen, you go tell the cops. That's we not saying you snitching, you or a street nigga shouldn't. So now there was me and Un talked about this. There was an episode with Cameron. Anderson Cooper, this was some years back. Anderson Cooper had an interview with him, and he was saying, if you had a serial killer next door to you, what do you do?
Who he asking?
Cameron. So let's say
Cameron gonna get him slump him himself or something.
Cameron said, "I'm moving."
He's not asking Cameron.
I'm not snitching. I'm moving.
Well, that's another reason.
Okay, but let's ask. No, not even you. The street. This a street. Is there a street? No. I got better. Is there a street code to if a street nigga? Is there a street code, or is it considered snitching if say like you have a molester living next door to you? What is that for a street dude?
They going if you gonna stay as his neighbor.
But if you leave, do you feel like?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you. I'm about to explain to you. Cause this shit happens in prison.
I know that Jim Bean hiding somewhere.
You dig what I'm saying? This shit happens in prison all the time. Molester come through, dudes fuck him up. Like they going off. They punish him. Because that could have been your mom, your sister.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever case may be. They fuck him up. But now if you living next door to one and you a street dude, you're not gonna call the cops.
Right.
You're either gonna get him punished yourself, or you're just gonna ignore it and bounce. You're gonna get your family away from it. Because now if you're just standing there by yourself and have no kids or anything like that, you're gonna stay there.
Right.
And deal with the problem. Like we do every day in the hood.
Right.
We deal with this shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? But like I said,
do you think it's kind of? This is all I'm saying.
No, I agree with that. Though,
I agree with.
We deal with a lot of problems.
We deal with a lot of shit in the hood.
Stuff. But this is. I just want to ask it. Do you think it's kind of like harsh? Like even as a street person, say like the choice is I'm gonna get away from it, but you know this person is sitting here doing crazy shit to little kids.
I mean, at the end of the day, everybody got a conscience, right?
Right.
So it's up to you how you gonna move on it. Like I said, if you're a street person, 9 times out of 10, you gonna fuck him up.
You gonna get him out the way.
Or get him out the way yourself. Exactly.
Right.
Or like I said, you might not even, if you ain't got no kids, you might not even move away from this dude.
Right.
You probably stay there, but he gotta go. You know what I'm saying? But if you got kids, same thing. You probably punish them, or you got to get your kids out of the situation, and you still get punished. So but you're not going to tell the authority.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So let's bring this situation up. You got a street nigga that's always been thorough. Let's say like I'm going there. I'm just saying he been down 2-3 times, never ratted, been in crazy situations. But this molester situation, he didn't get him out of here. I'm just being hypothetical. He told the cops. How do you look at that guy at that point?
He told. Because it's like this. When you're a street dude, you either here on the street side or you with the cops on that side, right? Because we ducking them.
But do you consider a molester the street side or just a sick motherfucker?
He's a sick motherfucker, so I mean, so if you in the streets, you gonna fuck him up yourself or get him touched. That's just like this. You in the streets, right? The old lady, you know what I'm saying, she don't fuck with the streets and nothing like that. She go to work every day. She coming from the market or her job or anything like that. Somebody rob her. Are you gonna go to the cops and tell her?
No.
What you gonna do? You a street person.
As a street person, we gonna try to find who robbed you.
So what's the difference?
Right.
Between the molester, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be.
So what you trying to say is no matter what, if a nigga snitch on a molester, at the end of the day, he a rat.
He's snitching. You just said it yourself.
Yeah.
He snitched.
At the end of the
He told the
right.
police. Somebody he's against 24/7, basically in his profession,
Right.
because he's a street nigga. He's doing
So
everything
it's
illegal.
There's no
Right.
there's no rules to if you in the streets. There's no you can tell if this is a rapist. There's no telling at all. It's really those.
Me personally, I don't think that's for a street nigga to tell. Because
Gotcha.
he don't deal with the police at the end of the day.
He doesn't deal with the
His
police.
job is to elude the police.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if he going to go tell the police, now you're
Mm.
dealing with the police. Handle that yourself.
Right.
So you telling me if I'm selling bricks of cocaine, this, that, and the third nigga rob me for my bricks, what I'm going to do? I'm going to go tell the police?
Right.
So you basically saying you can't half step.
No, you can't.
You gotta go 100%.
So yeah, more right.
You can't
It's
have.
either
That's
you-
why I said
yeah.
when I first told y'all, like, my mind state is when I was in the streets, I felt like anything goes.
Right.
Anything goes with it. Your grandma can get kidnapped, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, or whatever. My grandma get kidnapped and I'm in the streets. What I supposed to go to police?
Right.
No, I'm not going to do that, because if I go to police and I know who did it, I'm snitching.
Right.
So I'm gonna handle that myself, because I know what comes with the game.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's a line you just don't cross.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it 100. Like, everybody that's in that game not built for the game.
Of
Oh
course.
no.
Yeah.
People not
You know what I'm
everybody
saying?
not built
They
for
just get
anything.
in certain positions
Right.
where they get that money, but they not built. They able to get money.
Troy.
Right. It's not even Troy Ave, but it's like street,
But it's real shit.
it's street legends like
Yeah.
Alpo.
I mean, it
It ain't got nothing to do with
Yeah,
Troy
yeah,
Ave. The street
but it's
legends like
people like
Alpo
Alpo
and
people
that
shit.
that
never
snitch.
put no work in for real.
No, but it's
you know
people
what I'm
that
saying?
put work in.
Yeah, listen, don't get it fucked up.
Yeah,
No,
right,
I'm not gonna get that misconstrued at all. It's motherfuckers that put that work in, that turned around and said, "Listen, I'm telling."
Right.
Plain and simple, and don't give a fuck that they said they telling or that they told. Because at the end of the day, if you come at me and you see me on the streets and said some shit about snitching, that's what they gonna do. They going resort back to that stage. I'm rocking you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck. You in that jail, that penitentiary, and you approach them about some rat and shit, and you know they done got homies under their belt and all that shit. Best believe they gonna try to shank you the fuck up.
Right. Because like your name is your name.
Your name's your name. You know what I'm saying?
And this is what we saying is this is the street side. I don't want nobody to get it like confused as if we sitting here saying
I don't glorify the street personally. I don't
It's
glorify
not
that
getting
shit.
confused like this.
Yeah, I don't.
Ignorant
Yeah.
We talk about people living a different life in a different set of rules, and they're gonna abide by that. This is what that is. So the question I have now is, how do you feel? And this could take forever. Where did the disconnect happen in our culture, our society as Black people with cops? Like, how did that disconnect happen? How do you feel it happened? I'm gonna tell you how I felt.
I mean,
it's a long story.
For me, I'm about to say it might be a
It's
long story for me too, but I think the disconnect happened a long time ago, man. When
I'm going back to slavery.
Listen, when we was coming up, or whatever. Well, I'm not gonna say me, but as the Black, my great grandparents or great great grands, whatever, when they was coming up in the case where as though, you know, apartheid, for example.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't drink out of this water fountain unless you white. You can't drink out of this water fountain unless you Black.
Right.
Sit to the back of the bus if you Black. You can't sit in the front. Like, it was so much separation, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. So when you're like, what the fuck did I do to be put in that category?
Right.
And you go against that, now it's a law.
Right.
So the cops, majority are white.
Right.
They're going to do their job because they don't like Black people, first of all, back then. Like, so they're going to do their job. So to me, that's where the disconnect came at with the police.
So I'm gonna say this because you took a piece of what I wanted to say. That was part of it. I feel like it started back slavery. You know, we were slaves and white people, whatever case like that. We got out of slavery. Then laws came, right?
We never got out of slavery.
We never got out of slavery. We still in slavery. Don't get it fucked up. This is a different way. But then laws came to protect us from getting lashes on our asses. That's what happened. And picking cotton and getting lashes if we don't pick cotton. But now there's laws out there. But guess who the people that will bend those laws are? The cops. So we never had that connect with cops because we come out of slavery. We don't got money. We don't got shit. We dead in fucking poverty as soon as we come out of that type of slavery. Mm-hmm. So now we in a situation where, okay, we got to try to figure out a way to make money and make a living in America now. But now we got cops. Cops that don't like us and is racist as fuck. And they're the ones that's supposed to be about the law.
Not all cops is
Not
racist.
all cops. No, that's not what I'm saying.
Right.
Not all cops is racist. But at that time, right. Yeah, we talking
the
back
majority,
then. At that time, it's a different environment.
All right.
So now we got cops that don't give a fuck about that. You know what I'm saying? They got the law in their hands, so they gonna bend it now. Mm-hmm. So they see a black person walking down the street and have all the right to walk down the street. They gonna fuck with us.
Yeah, because they got that gang mentality.
Right, they gonna fuck
it's
with
like
us.
It transverts from being the KKK to having a legitimate reason to fuck up a black person back then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because before they was hiding behind the white sheets. Now they made, you know what I'm saying? Well, they've been had, you know what I'm saying, police or whatever back then too. But now they have it where as though they don't have to hide behind the sheets because we got the power. This is our gang. You don't have no rights. And as soon as we catch you out of pocket, or even if we think you out of pocket, we gonna punish you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It might not be with that whip of lashes, but you got that billy club, you got that gun, you know what I'm saying? And you got them bars to sit a motherfucker behind.
Right.
Because we was uneducated at the same time.
Right. And it's like contributing
you know
to the if you can't contribute to the country, you can get locked up. When slavery first got abolished, it's like, yo, you're not doing nothing. You can't be walking around this country and not doing nothing.
Listen,
we can
they
lock
made
you up.
it so hard, even when the shit was made for us able to vote. It was so much shit that you had to go through. You had to have this amount of money at one time if you wanted to vote.
Right.
First of all, y'all know black motherfuckers ain't got shit, number one. So y'all know y'all just put that shit out there. You dig what I'm saying? We can't afford to vote. So y'all put that shit out there. Oh, make it seem good. You know what I'm saying? A certain education, a certain ID. You know what I'm saying? That's why just recently, like how many years ago that they had to do that away with that ID shit with the one of these states and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like
that ID shit happened.
You grandfathered in and all types of shit like that. Like
it's funny how when Obama got in office, they wanted to tweak his voting. Or like, because it was a situation, and I can't really speak on it, but I remember the situation where they wanted to tweak, you got to have ID or something like that when Obama got in office. It was something weird with that.
But to me, even now, they not that they're serious about voting yourself with ID.
Right.
To me, it came like gun license. That ain't come into play until the Black Panthers walked into the administration with armed guns to where they was like, you got to be licensed to carry a gun. Right. Before that, you could just carry a gun without a weapon, without a record.
You, as a Black Panther, you could have been out. You know, that's why they was out there, with shotguns.
Right.
But this is what I want to say, because a lot of the white people that feel like the Black Panthers was this racist.
Just to be clear, I'm not a racist.
Right. This racist.
I might not be.
This is.
I'm just saying, I might not be. I don't know.
I want people to understand where the Black Panthers was coming from. We talking about a neighborhood where cops were not on our side. They don't come from that. Right. They're going down the neighborhood where cops are not on our side.
Right.
Where we're getting harassed. I tell people this all the time. In real life, I got a gun pulled out on me once. Right now, I got a gun pulled out on me once in the streets. I got a gun pulled out on me by cops 3 times. I'm not in the streets. And it's probably a 4th time. I have to talk to somebody because I don't know if they pulled it out. But I just want to give you that picture. 1 time in the streets, 3 or 4 times by cops, and I'm not in the streets.
No.
So I just want to, when white people say the Black Panthers was this radical racist group or whatever the case, no.
They was policing the neighborhood.
They were policing the neighborhood. Right. The police wasn't on their side.
But that's where that's also where, if you look back, that's how the Crips started.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They started their gangs and stuff like that.
Because they were supposed to protect their neighborhood.
They were supposed to be protecting their neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? But, it went on further to other situations because I really don't know the history, but somebody got into something with somebody else, and then it started the clash of that. But
that's the West Coast.
That's what the
not
Black
the West
Panthers.
Coast, that's in general because it happened in Chicago. All of us gang started was from protecting the neighborhood, and it became a territorial relationship.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
You know,
but that's. I mean, it's crazy because they put us in these places where as though, quote unquote, they call the slums or whatever back then or whatever. I
call it survival. And they put you in a survival mode.
They're gonna make it to where as though they say they're gonna fuck up anyway. Right. Put them in the trash or whatever. Let them do what they gonna do or whatever. And they're gonna knock their self off, basically. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of worked. You know what I'm saying? In a sense, it kind of worked. You know what I mean? Or whatever. When you coming from nothing, you overcrowded. You know what I'm saying? The way you living with the projects and everything. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have nothing. That's why if you got more than me, right? So if you got more than me, and I'm looking at you eat real good, right? I just feel like, man, it's your environment. I need that. Right. It's your environment. I want that. I don't care if it's that hat you got on right now, and I can't get it, and I like hats. It's the environment. I remember back in the day, nigga, we had these hats called Philly Bad Boys, Detroit, all these Scullies and all this shit with the patch on the front. Niggas was snatching hats off niggas' heads. Right. Real shit, a hat.
That's why I said they put you on survival mode.
Though. But understand what I'm saying? A hat. Right. They snatching these joints. I got my hat snatched. I ain't gonna hold you. But it was crazy how you a young kid. You wearing a Scully. It's basically a Scully with a patch on it, yo. Give me that. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I ain't gonna pay for it if I can take it. Fuck it, I ain't got it anyway. Right. So I'm gonna take what I want. Right. But you know what I'm saying? On some real shit. I'm gonna tell you all this shit. I don't tell a lot of people this shit because the shit kind of embarrassing.
You telling people?
I'm we gonna post now. I'm about to tell y'all. Say what y'all want, right? All right. I was living down 23rd and Diamond. Speed and the projects, right? I was going to the store for my mom. She sent me to the store. Now back then they had the brown paper bags and shit like that or whatever case may be when you go grab shit from the store. You know what I'm saying? And I remember going to the store. And I lied to you not. You can ask my mom to this day. And she'll tell you exactly what I'm about to tell you or what I told her. I come out the store. Now before I come out the store, they used to ask you want your receipt in the bag or whatever case may be, or your change. Change sometimes they'll put in the bag too back then. Right. Now mind you, I'm like about 10 probably, you dig what I'm saying? I'm only a block away literally from the project that I live in to the store. Right. It was called Butchie's. You know what I mean? Back then or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I go to the store, I go to Butchie's, I get what I gotta get. I come out. Shit ain't right. But a chick snatched my whole bag. Oh, man.
I'm ready to have fun with this. She said,
listen, oh, man. A chick. Right. Snatched my whole fucking bag. Right. And I had to go in the house with no bag and no change. No money now. I had to tell my mom.
Just answers.
Somebody snatched the bag. Somebody snatched the bag. Real shit. And it was a female. Right. But it goes to, like you were saying, survival mode. I don't got it. I'm going to prey on the weak. And at that time, I was weak. Right. It was a grown-ass lady. I was a little-ass kid. Right. She did what she had to do, whatever the case may be. Like I said, we living in the community projects. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. They call it Diamond World, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, but, you know what I'm saying?
Diamond?
23rd and Diamond.
Oh, you was on Diamond? Listen, man. I remember in middle school, Diamond Street was like, don't go on Diamond. You better not go down no damn Diamond Street. I remember that shit.
It was. Listen, it was serious, but you know, I had a lot of good memories also down there.
What lesson it taught you?
What lesson that taught me when I was that young?
Yeah.
Keep my change in my pocket. Number one, don't put the change in the bag no more. Mm-hmm. And always be aware of your surroundings.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's
why I said they put you in survival mode.
I'm saying always be aware
to survive.
I'm saying because just like I said, it was a female that did it, and it's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? You might laugh, oh,
it was a grown ass female, and he was 10 though. So.
You know what I'm saying? Like, damn.
Right.
But listen, shit happens, dog.
Yeah, right.
I mean, shit, I could go on with stories that happen and shit. Be honest. Shit, me and Riggedy, you know what I mean?
Shout out to Riggedy.
We go to Easter coming up.
I don't think I can ask Riggedy all these type questions because he try to put me in the headlock. But I'm gonna try to sit around it.
Gunbutt somebody right now.
Gunbutt some shit.
Y'all crazy.
I might not ask Riggedy all these questions.
My little bro, yo, listen, leave my little bro alone. He cool, we chilling, man.
Shout out to Riggedy.
Leave little bro alone. But listen,
what you mean, little nigga? You want to see?
Listen,
all right,
my
man.
mom,
Sorry.
listen, she was single parent,
Right.
5 kids. I'm the oldest, but she still made sure when certain times came, we had to fit in. You know what I'm saying? So Easter come around, it's coming around. She sent us to motherfucking Lehigh. You know what I'm saying? Back, they still got sneaker stores down Lehigh Avenue and all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, man, Riggedy go down there. We get our sneakers.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was either school. I think it was for school. We get our sneakers and shit. Me and him walking home. We coming home.
Right.
Why these motherfuckers snatch our bags, dog? Now, mind you, I'm whole. I'm getting mine's back.
Right.
Snatched the bag. Bag rip open, you know what I'm saying? My sneakers fall out. I get my joints, grab mine. Riggedy wasn't fortunate enough.
Who died?
They gone with his joints.
Oh man.
They gone with his joints. I got mine. But it's like, when we got home, I'm like, damn. You can have my joints, you dig what I'm saying? He couldn't even wear my joints and none of that shit. But it was like, it was like, damn, that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? They took our shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
So I'm gonna say this
that's
now.
Like a similar
Whoever
story to
took
me and
Rig
Butler.
shit turned Rig is a piece of what Rig turned into.
I remember niggas was trying to, from Huntington Park, trying to take Butler Mongoose. Yo, we had to rumble to take and to keep Butler Mongoose. But Butler kept his Mongoose. We got out of that situation, but I just know the threat.
Yeah,
like
man,
niggas try to feast on you when you little and shit.
Yeah.
And he had pegs and all that.
I was taking bikes. I was taking bikes 90 going north, doing all types of shit. That's why sometimes when shit happened to me,
we were driving up.
I don't even like. I done did so much shit, dumb shit, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So when certain shit happened to me, I just take it as it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I be like, damn, man, that's karma's a bitch. It came back and got me. No matter how long it took, you dig what I'm saying, to get to me, whatever. It came around and it finally got me.
But I don't think karma's a bitch. I think survival is a bitch. Because when you're young growing up, it's all about survival. And
it's about survival, but at the same time, we try to use that word too lightly.
Right.
Because you can go to school and try to be an A-B student and be a survivor.
Exactly.
Versus not going to school, being on the corners hustling, robbing people and saying you surviving.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's why I say karma sometimes is more about survival than karma, because you can be an A-B student and try to survive in Gillespie. I done seen it.
Yeah, I mean, but you figure most of the times when bad stuff happened to us, it'd be a life lesson, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes because sometimes people need that.
I'm a true believer in
to wake up sometimes, like, you know what I'm saying?
But as a kid, I seen more survival than a life lessons. I'm just saying, going up Gillespie, I seen niggas feed on the week.
That's that lick. That's
come on, you went to Gillespie?
Nah, I'm gonna tell you,
but just in middle school.
Listen, I went somewhere worse than Gillespie.
Oh shit!
Well,
I went to Fitzsimons.
Fitzsimons.
Okay, Fitzsimons.
You know what I'm saying?
You seen people praying a week. Yeah, so they not about karma, they about survival.
But by that time, I'm gonna keep it 100.
Hold on. But I was in Gillespie. I wasn't no bad boy or none of that shit. But I was cool with people.
But during your time as you go to Gillespie, you might have got off easier than what it was previously.
No,
I'm gonna let you know why. Because back before I got the grats, they was going crazy in that joint like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Gillespie was not considered a middle school; it was considered junior high school.
That's what it was considered when I was there. So junior high school.
So now it's like Gillespie still had up to 8th grade?
Yeah, it was 6th to 8th.
Yes, 8th grade. You know what I'm saying?
6th to 8th Gillespie. Yep.
So and at one time you gotta remember it was 9th grade in junior high school.
Oh, well, I ain't had 9th grade.
But that's what I'm saying. It was 9th grade. High school was 10th, 11th, 12th at one time.
Right.
Like the year before I got the grats, it was 10th, 11th, and 12th.
Mm-hmm.
It was no 9th grade. My year coming to grats was the first year that they instituted 9th grade into high school.
Mm-hmm.
And it was called the 9th grade. It was called.
No, it was
called the 9th grade institute. It was called the 9th grade institute.
When I got the 9th grade, it was 9th grade institute.
Yeah, it probably was still that.
We always on the same floor.
Yeah,
all the 9th
on the same floor. Right. They probably because grass was different because they had the crossroads. You know what I'm saying?
They had a daycare
business.
Nigga.
They had a daycare.
Grass was the shit though. I ain't gonna lie. I know grass was the shit. I ain't gonna
come to class like yo, I had to go see my kid.
My teachers wouldn't allow me to go to grass.
Only thing I didn't like about
me, they said, yo, you gotta go to something else. They put me in these
grass was a good
programs.
Grass was a good high school.
You know what I used to think? Only reason I like Lincoln is because of the friends I have now. I hated Lincoln.
Because Lincoln, went to grass. Know why? Because Lincoln was...
I should went to grass.
At that time, well, during my time.
But the friends I still have.
Still. It was diverse. It was
diverse that's what it was. And
you know what I'm saying? Grass wasn't really like that.
Shout out to Miss Nixon if she's still alive.
It wasn't.
One teacher.
Grass was considered, at one time, the bad school that you got sent to after you got out of junior high school.
Right.
You know what I mean? But they did implement good programs as far as the Business Institute, Crossroads, which I was in. You know what I'm saying? I hated
Crossroads had some holes.
They stayed with the bitches. I know I'm supposed to say that, but no. It did. But no, I'm going to keep it 100 though. Right. But that was, Crossroads was to prepare you for college, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because they had double period classes.
Upper bound program.
Yeah, they had double period classes.
I was on the 4th floor. It was health and law.
You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. You know what I'm saying? They had, like I said, double period classes. Now, I mean, 45 minutes apiece. You know what I'm saying? It was
then change that report, the half or some shit.
Mm-hmm. That shit was crazy. It was like, to me, it was strenuous. Like, I want to bullshit around. I'm driving with my own car to the school. I'm getting high. You know
that's how Butler was. Butler wasn't a bull, but he was driving to school.
My shit was so crazy. Look,
yo, Butler gonna see this shit and he gonna get you.
I gotta pull out radio. Look, I'm coming in class. I gotta pull out radio in my hand, put it under the seat. Like,
I had the blue station wagon.
I remember the blue station wagon. I remember that shit after. Yeah, no, he was out of high school. No, I remember the blue station.
That was his last year.
That was his last year.
He had it when he graduated.
Yeah, we got the streets turned me out, man. I ain't gonna lie. 'Cause I started going to school smelling like weed all crazy before I
That's how Moody and Reyes was. Shout out to Moody and Reyes. We used to go to class. Some niggas just be high as shit. You walk through the metal detectors and they get grabbed.
They didn't even have them when I was
They had metal detectors.
They had it late. They came late.
They started to get metal detectors in Lincoln after like my second year.
When I was coming in.
They came late though.
No, them bitches was there when I was coming in. Because I'm making our class that got in class every day with a fucking revolver.
Because I used to get
caught with a bag of weed.
Listen,
like, yo, how this nigga keep getting caught with a bag of weed, but he bringing a revolver to school?
I used to have to sneak. I used to have to sneak in the doors and shit like that because I had a knife and shit that I used to always try to get in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't go through the front at some times, you know what I'm saying? So I had to try to sneak in through the side. And on the other side, what's that? What street is that?
17th Street side or 18th Street side?
Not 18th Street is that way. 17th Street was like when we coming up with a church and all that shit. With a gym area.
Yeah.
But Crossroads was on that side.
Yeah.
So that was my side to try to get into and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, why the fuck they put these joints here? I'm going to the school because before I got there, it was like, oh, you going to grads?
Right.
they got big kids there. Like, they got grown people in that joint. You know what I'm saying? And back then it was like, just because you 18 don't mean you out of high school.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now I think they got a certain age limit or some shit that you gotta get out of high school and shit.
But 19 still could do night classes.
But see, they didn't give a fuck about none of that night classes shit back then. If you was 19, you was doing the whole day class and everything. You could have a little 16-year-old young buck.
But
and
I was
all
at
that
Gillespie,
shit.
niggas was 16 and they water guns. Like, oh, we ready to get your 13-year-old ass.
All right, so this is the last thing because we gotta wrap it up. I remember like Gillespie, they used to like it used to go in the loudspeaker like, yo, we got like you gotta leave or something. Like they might be like niggas outside with guns or some shit.
My year, they used to cut the water off. And
like, no, they said, like, yo, watch your body. Like, you in middle school and somebody telling you watch your body when you leave the fucking class.
Because every nigga used to be on 17th Street.
Yeah, they said, like,
they used to have a stay in there and shit.
Because there's some beef going on.
I had some fun high school days, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I had my own car, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Minister Society come out. I'm cutting class, go see that and shit like that. Yo,
Minister Society is my favorite movie. That's like one of my favorite movies of all time. I don't know why.
Only thing I fucked up.
I'm addicted to West Coast shit a lot.
I'm gonna tell you to all the young fellas, if y'all watch this and y'all in high school, don't get a girlfriend in high school. Man.
Expensive?
No, needy. They clampy. You can't explore all the shit you want to explore in high school.
All them freaks and crossroads.
You can't do. Listen,
yo, we out, yo. We still talking, but we out.
It was crazy.